Okay, so we just went over The Lion's Share by Matthew McElligott. So now your task is to represent the how much each of the animals took. So just read through this together, and I want you to work in groups and discuss how here's markers so that you can label them. But you're gonna work together to represent how much of the cake each animal took.
Is this right here the whole cake?
So yes, the square represents the whole piece of cake. This just makes it easier for you to accurately portion your cake into the correct portions. So it has who went first, in case you can't remember. So the elephant went first. And remember, each animal took a half of what was left. So the elephant got how much of the cake?
Half.
Half. And then the hippo got how much of that?
Half of a half.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and work together to complete that.
Okay, Sam.
While you guys are doing that, I'm going to write on the board.
Want to get that paper? Good.
All right, how's it going so far? I see some good, accurate dividing going on. Are you having trouble getting started? Do you want me to help you get started? Okay, so I need to see you start. Then you can work with your group if you can't remember what happened. So here's a purple marker. I like how clearly you guys are labeling, and I like how you're using different colors. All right.
Single. Oh wait, I must have done something wrong.
No, that's what I got you.
Okay.
Yes, there should be a half of a half.
Okay.
Okay. So here is my example on the back. Is this kind of what your guys's look like? Did you get one that has like a little bit, and then, yeah, it looks like you guys got what I got. So if we look at that, the elephant got half the cake. Okay, and then the ant, he got one, not even one, he got 5/12, or half of 1/256 of a piece. So it was cut into 256 pieces, and you got half of that. That's how much you would have got. So there were 10 animals at dinner. How could the cake have been cut so each animal received an equal size? Well, 10 including the lion, because remember the lion didn't get any cake. And that's why the ant made him one. So how would I cut this into 10 equal pieces? So I've got my square. And I could go like this. That's 2 pieces. And then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I do something like that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
456 pieces.
So 1/25, 1/26 is about what you're saying?
Yep.
So yes, so this, something like this would be give them equal pieces. Now, if we think about the size of the animals, should the cake have been divided into equal pieces?
No.
Explain.
Why would the ant get that big of a piece? Like, it's smaller than that. Like, it's smaller than its own piece of cake right there.
You're right, but when he cut the piece in half, it fell to crumbs. But I like your thinking. You're saying his piece, why would he get as big as a piece of an elephant? He's not going to eat that much, right?
No.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
I agree.
Him?
Karen,
Or-
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So today we're going to review some key vocabulary. Remember when we're talking about fractions, we're talking about, well, here's our whole numbers. So whole numbers are counting numbers in 0. So we know this. A fraction is in between the whole numbers. So we have 0 and 1. So our fractions would be a part of the whole. Okay? Remember, numerator tells us how many equal parts of a whole are being described. Or it's the top number. So try not to use top number, try to use
Numerator.
numerator. The denominator tells us how many parts, equal parts, are making up the whole. So it's also known as the bottom number, but we're not going to say bottom number, we're going to say
Denominator.
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 Okay, an expression, this is just a mathematical phrase made up of numbers and operational symbols. So 6 times 9 would be an expression. And then division review. We need to make sure that we're saying quotient, which is the answer to a division problem, the dividend, and the divisor. And then here, notice that it's kind of set up like a fraction, dividend over divisor. Okay? So I wrote those here. I want you to try to use these when we're talking today. Sound good? Okay. Say dividend.
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 Say divisor.
Divisor.
Say quotient.
Quotient.
Okay. And what else are we using?
The numerator and denominator.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna do a review of fraction multiplication by a whole number. So you can use pictures or manipulatives to solve this problem. So on your Chromebook, because I don't have any actual manipulatives, you can go to, Sam, can you please open up your Chromebook? toytheater.com/fraction circles. And if you dash circles, and if you don't need the manipulatives, you can make a picture of this problem. What does this problem represent? So you can do it on the back of your page there, the back of your test.
4 times 2.
And then I want you to discuss within your group how you got your answer. Is it dead?
No.
Okay, soon as everyone gets done, I'll have a couple of you come up and share.
Oh, shoot.
You're on the right track. Your thought process, I see it.
I'm trying to do the pictures are like,
Yeah, no, that's right.
So 1, 4, 2. Oh, I did that wrong.
I'm gonna give y'all a hint. We know multiplication is repeated addition, right?
Yeah. I know it's 1 half. I mean,
Okay, you were on the right track. Come up here.
No, I don't. I know.
Okay.
It's the pictures things that get me. Do the pictures.
All right, so Cameron has shown us how to solve this using our expressions. So he took it 1 times 2 in the numerators. We know that 2 over 1 is the same as 2. So he took our numerators times each other, and he got 2. He took our denominators times each other, and he got 4. And then we know 2/4 is the same as 1/2. What I saw you doing is you were on the right path. So let's think this through. If it's repeated addition, it's the same as 1/4 plus 1/4. Okay. So we can use this now that he's on it. We have 2 circles. Here's 1/4, and here's another 1/4. So that's 1/4 and 1/4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I put those in the same circle, this is what my problem is, and then I just take this over and put it over here. What do I have? 1/2. So I have 1/2/4, like what Cameron got. Oh, I erased it. And then we know that's the same as 1/2. Well, we don't really want to put it that way. 1/2. Does that make sense? Keep that up because we're going to need it for our next one. Okay. So I think that you see that multiplying doesn't always give us a bigger answer, right? Because 1/4 times 2 equals 1/2, but 1/2 is less than 2. So we don't always get a bigger answer. Okay. This is the problem. This is what we're learning new today. So I want you to take what you know about division and solve this problem. You can work with Sam on his Chromebook to use this here if that helps you to do that visually, because I would like to see a visual answer. I know some of you may have reviewed division before on fractions, but I would like to see this. What does this visually mean? What does that mean?
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so where are you at? It's okay. So let's,
Isn't it so long?
it's okay. We're gonna draw 1/4. Okay. Now, how would I divide that into 1/2?
I know the answer.
I want that 1/4 to be split into 1/2. Okay. Yes. How's it going? So what strategies are you using? Okay, so we want 1/4, right? Oh, yeah, divided by 2. I said 1/2.
Yeah.
We want to divide it into 2. So how would I do that? How would I divide 1/4 into 2? Okay, what would happen if I were to split that down the middle? What do we know about division? What does it mean to divide things into 2? Okay, remember the 2 is telling us how many groups we need, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I need 2 groups of 1/4.
1/8.
And how many in each group? Okay, so Cameron, put it up here and visually for us. Do you want to explain this to us, Cameron?
Okay. So,
Oh! I just realized.
divided
Okay, so basically, you just need.
You scared me.
You scared me too. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it's just you split it down the middle, and what's like, you know.
I have 1/4 is 1/8.
Yeah, that's what I was getting on to.
Yeah, you
'Cause
guys. Yeah.
The bigger the
You do it
denominator, the smaller the number. So
Yes.
you would just really just be multiplying the denominator.
Yes, because we know that division means to put into groups, right? We're dividing into two groups. Here's group
Fractions
one,
already are divided.
and here's group two. And to do that with 1/4, I have to split it in half. And like we saw in our book, when we split a fraction into a half, or into two, like the elephant, he went from 1/2 of the cake, and we split it in half to share with, what was the next guy? The hippo. It went to 1/4. Okay, so good job. Now I'm going to show you explicitly how to do that. So you can take notes on that same piece of paper. I want to thank you guys for sharing. We have discussions so that we can learn from each other. And as we saw with Sam and his realization that hit him, he just needed a little boost from his classmates to get him there. So,
They didn't talk to me.
but you heard it on the board up here.
No, I didn't.
It just hit you all of a sudden?
I was zoned out.
Oh, okay.
He was actually thinking about it and then it hit him in
Oh,
the head.
okay.
That's why it got scary because he's like, oh.
So, you guys were all on the right track, and even if you didn't quite make it there visually, it's okay. I'm going to show you what we can do.
I'm not good
Okay.
with the pictures.
Well, because we need to know what we don't want our numbers just to represent numbers. We need to know what we're talking about. All right, so I'm going to show you this math problem. If I can figure out how to work my computer. Here's our first math problem. Miss Stafford has a jug of juice to give to her 4 children. How much of the juice will each child receive if it is shared equally among them? So I'm going to show you how to visually solve this.
How's it 1/3?
A third of a jug. So it's like if I went into the kitchen and I saw my gallon of juice and there was only 1/3 left at the bottom here.
That would be.
So right here. This is where we're at. Okay? But I have 4 children. So I start by drawing my square and I draw my fraction. How many parts do I cut the square into?
4.
Ooh,
No, not
1/3.
Okay,
The
A
third
jug.
and the fourth.
Whoa, we're still here. We're on the third of a jug. How many parts do I cut this
a
into?
third.
3, that's right. And then my numerator
Wow.
tells me I need to shade.
4 of the third.
I only have 1 of the 3 parts.
Right.
We're not worried about the 4 yet. Okay, so I have to divide this into my 4 children. What are some ways I could group this into 4 equal parts?
You could take your third and draw 3 lines. horizontal.
Vertically?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Sam, I didn't see you. So I could do this.
No,
Oh.
one more.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know.
I forgot a child.
It's probably Sam because he's a middle child.
Sam's not a middle child.
I mean, technically, there's 2 little children.
Okay.
That one's across.
So that is exactly what you would do. You would now cut it into your, I'm going to write what we're doing here. We're going 1/3 divided by 4 children. So we're dividing it into 4 groups, which is what we just did with our vertical lines.
I know it.
Okay, so why do you think we cut the squares into 4ths instead of drawing 4 squares?
Because you gotta split it among 4 people.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Hey, that's not okay. I appreciate that you both want to share. And I'm sorry that I did not look out to see the hands raised. So thank you for raising your hand, Sam. Thank you for sharing, Cameron. Let's move forward. Okay. So what does our square represent at this point? If I were to write my square as a fraction, what would I do? Because now it doesn't look like 1/3 anymore. What does it look like?
12.
9s.
Lines?
12s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. is that my numerator or my denominator?
Denominator 12.
Okay. And I have 4 pieces shaded, but is that how many each child is gonna get?
No, they're all gonna get 1/12.
Yeah, because here's child 1, here's child 2, here's child 3, here's child 4. They're only gonna get one of those pieces. So 1/4. So my answer is 1/4. Okay. So is there any questions? Anything that you're thinking at this point?
No.
Okay. We are going to do one more problem. Let me pause this real quick and let them know.